Listen carefully, this single idea decides whether you break or stay unshaken. Most people never realize until their life is already damaged. Right now, without noticing it, you're being trained to lose your calm. Every notification, every argument, every disrespectful look, every small delay, they're not random. They're tests. And most people fail them every single day. Look around. People are exhausted, angry, reactive. One comment ruins their mood. One bad moment controls their entire day. They call it stress, but it's something worse. It's a loss of self-command. Here's the brutal truth no one tells you. The world doesn't need to defeat you. It only needs you to react. The moment you lose your calm, you lose control. And whoever controls your emotions controls you. Most people live like their peace is public property. Anyone can take it. A stranger, a coworker, a headline, a memory. They don't realize they're handing over the most powerful weapon they have, their mind. The Stoics understood something modern life wants you to forget. You are not disturbed by events. You are disturbed by the meaning you give them. Think about it. The same insult that destroys one man is ignored by another. The same problem that breaks someone else becomes fuel for growth in a disciplined mind. The difference isn't strength. It's training. Calm is not weakness. Calm is dominance over yourself. A calm person cannot be rushed, cannot be manipulated, cannot be controlled by pressure or provocation. That's why calm people are rare and quietly dangerous. This video is not motivation. It's not comfort. It's mental armor. What you're about to learn are not ideas. They are principles tested through war, exile, betrayal, and loss. Principles used by emperors, generals, and philosophers who lived under constant pressure. If you master them, chaos loses its grip on you. Noise fades. Provocation stops working. And while others panic, you remain steady. Stay with me. Because by the end of this video, you won't just understand calm, you'll know how to protect it fiercely, no matter what the world throws at you. To begin this journey toward absolute self-mastery, you must first learn to guard your mind with the same intensity a soldier guards a fortress. Most people are incredibly careful with their physical possessions. They lock their doors at night, they password protect their bank accounts, and they insure their cars against theft. Yet, these same people leave the front door of their mind wide open for any passing thought, any toxic headline, or any bitter person to walk right in and set up camp. Your mind is your only true property. Everything else, your money, your health, your reputation, can be taken from you in an instant by fate. But your thoughts and your character belong to you alone. If you do not guard the gate of your mind, weeds of anxiety and resentment will grow until they choke out your potential. You must become a ruthless gatekeeper. Before you let a thought take root, ask yourself, does this serve my purpose? Is this based on reality, or is it a ghost created by my fears? The ancients knew that we suffer more in our imaginations than in reality. We play out tragedies that haven't happened and relive insults that are already dead. This is a waste of your life force. You must treat your attention like currency. Do not spend it on things that do not return value to your soul. When you guard your mind, you stop being a victim of your environment and start becoming its commander. You realize that while you cannot stop the birds of worry from flying over your head, you can certainly stop them from building a nest in your hair. The second pillar of this unshakable life is the art of the pause. In a world that demands instant responses, silence is a superpower. When someone attacks you, when a crisis erupts, or when life takes a sudden turn for the worse, the natural human instinct is to react immediately. This is the animal brain taking over, the fight or flight response. But you are more than an animal. You are a being of reason. By waiting before you answer, you create a gap between the stimulus and your response. In that gap lies your freedom. Think of your words as arrows. Once they are released, you can never call them back. Many men have spent a lifetime trying to repair the damage caused by 10 seconds of impulsive speech. If you feel the heat of anger rising in your chest, that is your signal to stop. Do not speak. Do not type. Do not move. Let the chemical storm in your body pass. When you wait, you allow your rational mind to regain the steering wheel. You will find that most things that seem urgent in the moment are actually trivial when viewed through the lens of a few minutes of silence. A person who can hold their tongue when they are provoked is a person who cannot be conquered. They are like a deep lake. No matter how many stones you throw into it, the surface remains calm and the depths remain undisturbed. Practice this in your daily life. When your phone buzzes with a frustrating message, put it down. When someone interrupts you, take a breath before you continue. This short delay is the difference between a puppet pulled by strings and a master of his own destiny. Third, you must radically shift how you view the obstacles in your path. Most people see problems as evidence that life is unfair or that they are failing. They complain, they whine, and they look for someone to blame. But the wise person sees problems as training. Imagine an athlete who goes to the gym and complains that the weights are heavy. The heaviness is the point. Without the resistance of the weight, the muscle cannot grow. Life is your gym, and every difficult person, every failed plan, and every unexpected setback is a weight designed to strengthen your character. If your life were perfectly smooth and easy, you would become soft and fragile. You would break at the first sign of real trouble. Therefore, you should welcome challenges. When a problem arises, do not say, "Why is this happening to me?" Say, "How is this training me?" This problem is teaching you patience. This person is teaching you how to deal with fools. This loss is teaching you resilience. When you view life this way, nothing can truly defeat you because everything becomes fuel for your growth. You become like a fire that feeds on everything thrown into it. The more obstacles you face, the brighter and stronger you burn. This is the mindset of a warrior. You do not wish for an easy life. You wish for the strength to endure a difficult one and emerge better for it. The fourth principle is one that many find uncomfortable, yet it is essential for lasting peace. You must expect trouble. This is not about being a pessimist. It is about being a realist. Most of our anger and frustration comes from the shock of reality not meeting our expectations. We expect people to be kind, we expect the weather to be good, and we expect our technology to work perfectly. When these things inevitably fail, we feel personally attacked. But why should you be surprised that a human being acted selfishly? Why should you be surprised that a machine broke? The nature of the world is change and imperfection. By practicing premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils, you mentally rehearse the challenges of the day before they happen. In the morning, tell yourself, "Today I will meet the ungrateful, the violent, the treacherous, the envious, the uncharitable. They are this way because they do not know the difference between good and evil. But I know the nature of the good, and I know that no one can hurt my character." When you expect trouble, you take away its power to shock you. You are like a captain who has studied the charts and knows where the rocks are. When the storm hits, you don't panic. You simply execute the plan you already prepared. This preparation is the ultimate form of mental armor. It allows you to move through a chaotic world with a sense of calm confidence, knowing that you have already faced the worst in your mind and decided that you can handle it. Fifth, you must realize that your peace is a precious gift that you should never give away for free. Every time you get angry at a stranger in traffic or get upset by a comment on social media, you are handing over your power. You are saying to that person, "Here, you have permission to control how I feel." Why would you give such power to someone who doesn't even know you? Why would you let a person you don't respect dictate your internal state? Your peace belongs to you. It is your sanctuary. People will try to pull you into their chaos because they are miserable and they want company. They will provoke you, they will lie about you, and they will try to push your buttons. But you must remember that they can only succeed if you let them. If you do not accept the insult, it remains with the sender. If you do not engage with the drama has no fuel to burn. Think of yourself as a high mountain. The clouds may gather around the peak, and the lightning may strike, but the mountain itself remains unmoved. It does not argue with the clouds. It simply exists in its own strength. To protect your peace, you must learn to be indifferent to the opinions of those who do not matter. Their praise should not lift you up, and their criticism should not tear you down. You are the only judge of your own worth. When you stop seeking external validation, you become truly free. You stop being a slave to the whims of the crowd and start living according to your own internal compass. This leads to the sixth principle, a simple question that can dissolve almost any frustration. Will this matter later? We spend so much of our limited time on earth stressing over things that will be completely forgotten in a week, a month, or a year. That argument you had today, that mistake you made at work, that person who was rude to you, none of it will matter on your deathbed. Perspective is the ultimate cure for anxiety. When you find yourself getting worked up, zoom out. Imagine yourself looking down at the earth from space. See how small your problems are in the grand scheme of the universe. Imagine your life as a single thread in a vast tapestry that has been weaving for millions of years. This isn't meant to make your life feel insignificant. It's meant to make your stresses feel manageable. Most of what we worry about is noise. It is the static of daily life. By asking if it will matter later, you filter out the noise and focus on the signal. You save your energy for the things that have eternal value, your character, your relationships, and your contribution to the world. Let the small things go. They are not worth the price of your peace. Life is too short to spend it in a state of agitation over things that are essentially meaningless. Seventh, you must build your resilience by intentionally doing little hard things every day. We live in an age of extreme comfort. We have climate control, instant entertainment, and food delivered to our doors. While this is convenient, it makes us mentally and spiritually weak. If you never face discomfort, you lose the ability to handle it when it is forced upon you. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort to ensure they remained the masters of their desires. You should do the same. Take a cold shower. Walk instead of drive. Skip a meal. Wake up an hour earlier to work on your goals. When you choose to do something hard, you are proving to yourself that your mind is stronger than your body's cravings for ease. You are building a discomfort tolerance that will serve you when life gets truly difficult. A person who has trained themselves to be happy with little is a person who can never be blackmailed by the fear of loss. A person who has disciplined their body is a person whose mind remains sharp in a crisis. These small daily acts of discipline are like deposits in a bank account of strength. When the great storms of life come, loss, illness, or failure, you will have the resources to draw upon. You won't break because you have been practicing how to stay whole under pressure every single day. 8th, learn the power of letting insults go. An insult only has the power to hurt you if you believe it contains some truth or if you care too much about the status it threatens. But a wise man knows that a rude word cannot change his nature. If someone calls you a dog, do you grow fur and start barking? Of course not. You remain a human being. The insult only reveals the character of the person speaking. If a person is blind, you don't get angry at them for not seeing you. You feel pity. In the same way, if a person is morally blind and speaks with cruelty, they are suffering from a sickness of the soul. Why would you let a sick person's delusions disturb your health? When someone insults you, look at it objectively. If there is truth in what they say, use it as a lesson to improve. If there is no truth, then it is nothing more than the sound of wind in the trees, meaningless and fleeting. Do not waste your breath defending yourself to people who are determined to misunderstand you. Your character is your best defense. Live in such a way that if someone speaks ill of you, no one will believe them. By letting insults go, you maintain your dignity and you keep your energy for things that actually matter. You show the world that you are a person of such substance that petty words cannot even scratch the surface of your soul. The 9th principle is the core of all Stoic wisdom. Focus exclusively on what you can control. This is the dichotomy of control. Most human suffering comes from trying to control things that are not up to us. You cannot control the economy. You cannot control the weather. You cannot control what other people think, say, or do. You cannot even fully control the outcome of your own efforts. All you can control is your own mind, your own intentions, and your own actions in this very moment. Imagine an archer. He can choose his bow, he can sharpen his arrows, he can train his muscles, and he can choose the exact moment to release the string. But once the arrow leaves the bow, it is no longer in his control. A gust of wind can blow it off course. The target could move. If the archer stakes his happiness only on hitting the bullseye, he will be a miserable man. But if he stakes his happiness on the excellence of his shot, on doing everything within his power perfectly, then he can be at peace regardless of the result. Apply this to your life. Do your best at your job, but don't obsess over the promotion. Be a good friend, but don't demand gratitude. Speak the truth, but don't force others to agree. When you stop trying to play God and start focusing on your own circle of influence, a massive weight will lift off your shoulders. You will find a level of effectiveness and peace that you never thought possible. 10th, you must be extremely careful about the company you keep. Human beings are social animals, and we are designed to mirror the emotions and behaviors of those around us. If you spend your time with people who are cynical, lazy, and reactive, you will eventually become cynical, lazy, and reactive. Their mental germs will infect you. But if you surround yourself with people who are disciplined, calm, and driven, you will naturally rise to their level. You must audit your inner circle. Are the people in your life helping you guard your fortress, or are they the ones trying to burn it down? This doesn't mean you should be arrogant or unkind, but it does mean you should be protective of your environment. Seek out mentors even if they are only found in books. Spend time with those who challenge you to be better. Avoid those who thrive on drama and gossip. Remember that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Choose wisely. Your peace is too precious to be sacrificed on the altar of fitting in with people who are headed nowhere. 11th, you must learn to live in the now. The past is a graveyard of things that cannot be changed. The future is a phantom of things that may never happen. The only place where you have any power, the only place where you can actually be happy, is right here, in this moment. Most people live their entire lives in a state of elsewhere. They are at work thinking about the weekend. They are on vacation thinking about work. They are eating dinner thinking about their emails. They are never truly present, and so they never truly live. Anxiety is simply the mind living in a future it cannot control. Regret is the mind living in a past it cannot change. To find calm, you must pull your mind back to the present. Focus on the task in front of you. Feel the breath in your lungs. Notice the colors and sounds around you. When you are fully present, fear vanishes. Fear requires the what if of the future to survive. In the right now, there is usually only what is. You can handle the present moment. It is the imagined future that breaks you. Train your mind to come back to the now whenever it wanders. This is the secret to a life of depth and clarity. Finally, the 12th and most powerful principle. Remember that life is short. This is memento mori. Remember that you will die. This is not meant to be depressing. It is the ultimate clarifier. When you realize that your time is a finite and rapidly disappearing resource, you stop wasting it on nonsense. You don't have time to be angry at a stranger. You don't have time to worry about a coworker's opinion. You don't have time to live in fear. Every second you spend in a state of agitation is a second you have stolen from your own life. Death is the shadow that gives the light of life its meaning. It reminds you to appreciate the people you love, to do the work that matters, and to maintain your calm in the face of trivialities. Imagine you are on your deathbed looking back at this day. Would you be proud of how you handled that frustration? Or would you wish you had been more graceful, more focused, and more at peace? Use the perspective of the end of your life to guide your actions in the middle of it. When you live with the awareness of your mortality, you become bold, you become kind, and you become unshakable. You realize that as long as you are still breathing, you have the opportunity to choose excellence over ego, and calm over chaos. In a world that is designed to keep you distracted, angry, and easy to manipulate, choosing to be calm is an act of rebellion. It is the ultimate form of strength. It is the realization that your internal world is more powerful than the external world. You have been given the tools. You have the principles of the emperors and the sages. But knowledge without action is useless. You must practice these things when it is hard, not just when it is easy. You must guard your mind when you are tired. You must pause when you are furious. You must see training when you are suffering. This is the path of the warrior. It is a narrow path and few choose to walk it. But those who do find a kind of freedom that the rest of the world can't even imagine. They find a peace that doesn't depend on luck or circumstances. They find a power that comes from within. If you have made it this far, it shows that you are ready to take command of your life. You are no longer willing to be a puppet of the world. You are ready to build your fortress. Do not let this feeling fade. Take one of these principles, just one, and apply it to your life today. Watch how it changes your interactions. Watch how it changes your energy. Then come back and master the next. This is a lifelong journey, but every step takes you further from slavery and closer to mastery. Your calm is your power. Your mind is your fortress. Protect them with your life. If this message resonated with you, if you feel the fire of self-discipline beginning to wake up in your soul, then show your commitment. Subscribe to this channel to join a community of people dedicated to mastery and strength. Like this video to help spread these ancient truths to those who are still lost in the noise. Share it with someone you know is struggling, someone who is being drowned by the world's chaos. And most importantly, leave a comment below. Type, "My calm is my power," to seal this intention into your mind. Let it be the first brick in the wall of your new fortress. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and above all, stay unshaken. The world will try to break you, make sure it fails.